This is our Monarch caterpillar enclosure. I can see our two remaining eating caterpillars here on this milkweed. Up on the top of the enclosure we have a new caterpillar in J, and he or she is hanging from their silk button that they made almost right in the middle of the top of the enclosure. And then this guy has a friend right next to him who doesn't appear to have made a silk button yet. So I'm going to take this milkweed out of the enclosure. I just usually tip it upside down and turn it a little bit to get the poop to fall off of the leaves. So here's the two caterpillars that are still eating. They're both 5th instars. This is my favorite stage, when they're big and chunky like this. They're just so adorable. Alright, so all of our caterpillars are accounted for because we have 5 in this enclosure. So I'm just going to take out the remaining milkweed, being careful not to knock down the caterpillar that's in J up there. Putting all of the old milkweed that I'm taking out into our discard bin, which I will have to empty soon because it is getting quite full. I just wanted to show you this mark here. This is nothing to be concerned about. This is just some poop that got wet, and that's what made that green on the paper towels. Their poop is actually green. It's a dark green. So when it gets wet, it can kind of leave some green stains. So I'm gonna roll up these paper towels. And then I'm going to sweep up this frass, which is on the bottom of the enclosure. Dump it into our discard bin. And I'm going to put the clean paper towels with our caterpillars back in. Trying to be somewhat careful not to shake the whole enclosure too much, because we do have that one hanging in J. Alright, so now that that's back in there, I'm gonna grab some milkweed from the bag I picked this milkweed yesterday. I am going to just kind of spray it, check it over for bugs that would harm the caterpillars or the chrysalis. I'm not seeing anything dangerous. So I'm gonna just carefully bring this in here so that I'm not hitting the caterpillar that's in J on the top. And there's just 2 that are eating, so I think that that's going to be plenty for them. So by tomorrow night, this guy will be a chrysalis, and this guy will have found a spot to make a silk button to hang from. I was just looking at the top of the enclosure. I do not see a silk button there that he's made yet, so he hasn't quite chosen his space just yet. You can see a couple of his true legs sticking out through the top of the enclosure. He's just kind of gripping onto the enclosure. Okay, so that's it for the monarchs for the night.